Good afternoon to you, Mark Sudduth, HurricaneTrack.com, here with your Hurricane Pro and HD video blog for the 25th of October, 2013. Hope you're having a good Friday. The tropics are not going to be an issue this weekend, of course. In the Atlantic Basin, we do have this one area outlined in yellow. It is the remnants of what was once Tropical Storm Lorenzo, and you can see just a little flare-up of clouds out there with it in an otherwise very hostile environment. It's just that kind of a season where there's nothing that's going to ever really take root and hold on of any significance. That has been the theme the entire hurricane season, even with Hurricane Umberto, which came off Africa as a strong tropical wave and then kind of just stayed out in this area for several days. It just never really intensified much. So we've had very weak, short-lived systems, and that will probably continue to be the case. At least we can hope so, for those who live along the coast's sake anyway, right? Looking in the eastern Pacific here too, things generally quiet. We do have Tropical Storm Raymond to the southwest of the Mexican coastline here. No worries with Raymond. It's not going to be posing a threat to land areas, staying far away from the Mexican coast, starting to show a little bit of signs of recurvature. But even if it does head back up towards the Baja Peninsula up here, this water is getting colder by the day, and upper level conditions wouldn't allow for this to do much and be much. So even if it turns back towards the Baja Peninsula, it might bring some increased moisture, and that is about it. Now, looking down the road a spell, the GFS at about day 5 here, wanted to show you this, shows a decent tropical wave right here getting ready to move through the Lesser Antilles on its way to the west-northwest. These are the Windward and Leeward Islands right through here, and this may try to end up in the Caribbean Sea here as something that could develop as part of a more favorable upward motion pattern that is going to try to set in apparently to the Atlantic Basin. Even if we go out here to day 7, 168 hours out from this morning's GFS run, the 12Z, you can see there it is. It finally closes off 1,000 millibar, what is that? 1,008 millibar, 1008 millibars, that's the way I should say it, with a pretty good moisture fetch coming into it as well from the southeast. So maybe, just maybe, as we get into the first part of November, believe it or not, something will try to get going in the tropics. And if we go out just another 24 hours and look at day 8 in the future, a lot of moisture down here coming out of the deep tropics, feeding into the Caribbean Sea, but even here, nothing very organized. So we'll see. The odds are against it, but you just never know. You never say never. The weekend ahead, though, I can say will be perfect. No worries from the tropics, just cold air settling in over the southeast, even down into parts of Florida, dropping those dew points and humidity levels down, which is a good thing. So have a good weekend. Again, I am Mark Sudduth for HurricaneTrack.com and Hurricane Pro HD. I'll be back throughout the weekend with some updates for you, and I'll talk to you then.